Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I know you read the title and today we are getting into horoscopes. I love horoscopes. I love everything horoscopical. I don't know if that's a word. Whatever. I love everything dealing with astrology. I love it. So I was actually talking to someone and well, what sparked it was I was watching a video from Paige. I don't know her last name. Love Your Natural. I love her. She's so dope. I watch all of her stuff, and she kind of touched on some horoscopes. And she no, she was dealing with astrology, and she didn't address all 12 signs. And also, I thought her video was a little biased because she's a Cancer and she kind of like went in on the Cancers, and I didn't necessarily agree with some of her things. So I was like, you know what, it would be cool if I gave my experiences. So I was thinking I have dated somebody from each sign, at least one person from each sign. I know people, multiple people from each sign, and I've experienced a lot. So I was like, who better than me to come on here and give y'all my experience? So this is all fun and games, but yeah, definitely listen to the video and listen, to what my experiences, and then I want you guys to comment down below your experiences. So I'm gonna break this thing up into multiple videos. I don't really know how to do it. I'm kind of gonna freestyle. I wrote a couple of notes, but let's get into this thing. So I'm going to give the great things that I had, the great experiences I had dating each sign. I'll go sign by sign. So we're going to talk about the highs, and then I'll do a separate video about the lows because that one may be a little longer and a little juicier. But anyway, so let's see, we're in the month of October. So let's start with Scorpio. Scorpio. I love Scorpios. Love Scorpios. I have actually dated maybe 3 Scorpios, and I had one long-term relationship with a Scorpio, and it was amazing. He was dope. So one thing I can say about Scorpios, they have amazing sexual energy. Like it's just crazy. Yeah. There, if you ever needed a friend, a Scorpio would be your real friend. Like that's a real one there. They also they give from their heart. They don't give with ulterior motives. They're very loving individuals, and it's easy to talk to Scorpios. They're very relatable. And then they have a million like downsides, but I'll talk about that in the other video. And I noticed something, like Scorpios work really hard. They're very hard workers. They're just I love Scorpios. So that's that. So Sagittarius. I'll tell you guys, I think I went like 3 years and all I was attracting was Sagittarians. Are they called Sagittarians or Sagittariuses? I don't know, whatever. But all I was attracting was them. Like it wouldn't stop. It was weird. I probably went on dates with at least, off the top of my head, I should have did the math off camera. Let's see. I think maybe 10. Oh, he was 11. So maybe like 11 off the top of my head. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna do the math because that's insane. All I was attracting was a Sagittarian. So here's the thing about the men, the Sagittarian men. They're very childlike. They're fun. They're the life of the party. You don't ever have to worry about them getting too serious about things because they kind of keep things light. They're always broke. Well, I guess that's a bad thing. I'm not gonna say they're always broke, but yeah, we'll talk about the bad side. They're go-getters. Like they work hard. I don't know one who's not a hustler. They always have jobs, multiple streams of income. The problem is they just can't manage that money. Okay, I'm going dark again. Okay, I'm not gonna go dark. We're gonna keep this light and sexy. We'll do the other video about the bad side of them. But yeah, they definitely are hard workers, very hard workers. That's something that I experience. And they don't mind trying new things. Like they're always open, they're down for a good time. When you guys hang out, they don't mind spending money. They don't mind, mixing and mingling. If you want to go on a trip, you need to find you a Sagittarius because they will be ready to go. They may not have the money to go, but they will have the bags packed, and they probably will, they'll be ready. So next is Capricorns. Oh goodness, Capricorns. Capricorns. So the good sides of a Capricorn, they're very reliable, they're dependable, they're very smart people. They have so many bads, but I mean they have so many great things about them. They definitely have a dry sense of humor. What I've noticed about the Capricorn, especially the ones that I've dated, I have to be careful because of their bad sides with dating them. I'm kind of finicky. I don't really like dating Capricorns, but what I do love about them is that they're very traditional. They like nice things, but they're not extravagant and over the top. You know, they're very practical people. They're so funny. They have a very underrated sense of humor, and they also have that same thing as that Scorpio. That sexual energy is insane. You wouldn't really think so because they're usually, they're really laid back and stuff, so you don't pick up on that, or you might not pick up on that. But if you get to know one, yeah, that's the great part about Capricorns. They're really good with managing money too and getting things done. So like they're kind of in charge of stuff. They're kind of like bosses. I really like that. The stability. You will get a lot of stability dealing with the Capricorn. So about the Aquarius. And Aquarius, my best friend is Aquarius, but anyway, I love Aquarians. They are like the jack of all trades, kind of like a Capricorn, a jack of all trades. But the thing is, Aquariuses are so creative. When I say creative mind, like so much so that I think sometimes I'll talk about them. I'm going dark again, y'all. I'm going dark. Very creative, amazing hearts. These people, they're givers. They are freedom fighters. If there's an underdog, they're gonna stick up for that underdog. They're definitely smart. Like I don't know one who isn't smart. They just care. I think they care more than a lot of the other signs. Like I can kind of pick an Aquarius out of the group because their hearts are so big. And with the man, you may not ever get a commitment out of him, but in the very beginning, like he's gonna go hard. He's gonna do what he has to do to impress you. He's definitely he's goal oriented for certain time spans. You may not be able to keep his attention, but while you have it, enjoy it, because that's the great part about having an Aquarius. And it's like the Aquarians, they will take on the world. Like I love that about them. Yeah, definitely tree huggers. A lot of times they're vegan or working on their diets and stuff, and they're similar to the Sagittarius. They're not afraid to explore when it comes to sexuality. Like they've got the Sag beat, because the Sag is a little bit more traditional in that area, in my experience, than those Aquarians. Aquarians, they like to push the envelope, and yeah, sometimes they just take the whole envelope and just rip it all the way up. But anyway, moving along, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So the Pisces, whoa, I love Pisces men. They think they can dress. They really can't. But the good thing about them that I've noticed, because I know a whole bunch of Pisces men, they are definitely learnable. So they kind of go with the flow. They're manly men. The Pisces men, I will say, in my experience, they stand up. They're stand-up men. If they can control their genital. Here we go. We're going dark again, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna say that part, but I will say definitely if you find yourself with a Pisces man, the connection would be definitely more than physical if you guys get to that level, because they're extremely spiritual. They're very intuitive, very in tune with nature, but not just nature in tune, because that's kind of like the whole Aquarian thing. They're kind of like nature people. But the thing with the Pisces, it transcends nature. It's like they're in tune with themselves. They're in tune with others, and so much so that we have to like watch. Okay, that's dark. We'll stay away from that. But yeah, so they're very, very intuitive, very spiritual people, and that's something that I absolutely love about Pisces men. So the Aries. Aries men are fiery. They're gonna say what's on their mind. There's not gonna be any gray area with an Aries man. You will know exactly what he means. They're definitely spontaneous, like almost too much so. But in the pursuit, especially when you're like in the beginning stages of dating, they go hard. They're gonna pursue you. If they want you, they're coming for you. You're gonna know it, and you're gonna be like, I don't even want you, but you're gonna wind up wanting them because they're gonna make sure that's what you do. So I like Aries because they have that go get them in them, and like I said, they're definitely like, you know, very honest and upfront about how things go. But you know, I'll leave that there. So there are like a couple signs that I just cannot stand. Like, okay, I will say I am not a fan of, like, you know, Aries men. Not a fan. But yeah, that's the good side of them. So moving on, let's talk about these Tauruses. Whew, so Taurus men, I love Taurus men. The problem is they're always in relationships. I cannot find a single one. So if any of y'all watching, if y'all know a good Taurus single man, send him my way, because that's what I want. I want a good single Taurus. Can't find them, but I want that. They are definitely reliable, dependable individuals. Like, they're very family oriented. They're stable. So unlike the Aries, who's a bit spontaneous with things, if you're looking for stability, that Taurus man is going to give it to you. They're really like kind of laid back. They're kind of mild-tempered. They're bossy as hell. Well, is that dark? Okay, that's not dark. It's a little gray, but it's not dark. They're bossy. So the thing with the Taurus is you definitely have to, like, as a woman, you have to, I mean, with any sign, with any man, or even men or women, you have to know when to speak up for yourself, and you have to know when to keep your mouth shut. With a Taurus, you definitely have to know when to stick up for yourself, because if you don't, they will railroad you. Like, that's just their way. Like, I don't know, I think they're kind of so much of leaders that it can get out of hand. But if they know that, you know, you speak your mind and you don't just go along and let things be, then I think there's a respect there that'll be established. And as long as you don't allow him to railroad you, they're amazing leaders. Like, I love, like I said, I love me a good Taurus. They're definitely, they're saucy, y'all. They like to spend money. They like to look good. They like to smell good. But they're frugal in other areas. So I think it kind of balances out. But yeah, I totally am into Tauruses. They're go-getters. They do what they're supposed to do. Now, Geminis. Those Geminis, let me tell you, Geminis are very childlike. Geminis are fun-loving, very sensitive, extremely sensitive. Like, they get their feelings hurt and then they get violent. But yeah, they are. Ooh, I went dark, didn't I? I gotta stay in the light. That is the goal. The goal is to stay in the light tonight. But anyway, so Geminis, definitely. I would say, what can I say about a Gemini? They're flashy. Geminis are flashy. They like to look good. They like to be the center of attention. They like the world to know that, hey, I am here. Variety is definitely the spice of life when it comes to a Gemini. Like, you know how when you exercise at the gym, you have to keep switching it up, or you might hit a plateau eventually. So you don't, you know, you either, if you're trying to lose weight or gain muscle, whatever you're trying to do, you have to keep switching it up so that you don't hit a plateau. So dating a Gemini is like going to the gym and never hitting a plateau, because nothing's ever going to be regimented. There's never going to be any type of structure or order. So if you crave someone that is all about spontaneity, the Gemini is the one for you, because no, there will never be. They're so nosy. They're nosy. Well, we'll say inquisitive, since we're keeping this positive. They want to know everything. They want to be in the know. They want to know what's going on. And they're actually like, they always have great ideas and stuff like that. They have, you know, execution, maybe not so much, but they definitely are creatives, as well as the Aquarius. I wouldn't, in my experience, not as much, but definitely still into you know, very creative people. So Geminis are fun. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with a Gemini, you know, the traditional. And let me just say this. I'm only addressing, like, this is just like, you know, a little bit of satire, a little bit of humor. And this is like sun signs. You definitely could get more in depth with it. And I may do a video on that another time. But yeah, so this is just really light. But anyway, so after Gemini, Cancers. I would say Cancers are probably, they're great parents. They're very, they're also family oriented. They're extremely sensitive too. They're similar to the Gemini. The difference is Cancers are very possessive. Oh my God. Well, keeping it, we're not gonna go dark. So we'll say they're very protective. They're very protective, and what I will say is, as if you're dating a Cancer man, you may be able to be like a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife and never ever work, because if you have a job, you're gonna have to make sure that it fits around his schedule. Like if he gets off work at 6 o'clock and you get off at 6:30, the 30 minutes he might not be able to make it. Like, oh, I just went dark again. Okay, we're gonna keep it light. So yeah, so Cancers are definitely protective. They're so loyal. I don't have too much bad to say about Cancers, but whatever bad I do have to say, we'll do it in the other video. So let me see, where are we? Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Ooh, Leos. Okay, so that's on the list. That's like of the men that I absolutely do not. No, they don't work for me. Leo is probably number two on the list. Yeah. But okay, see, I just keep going dark, y'all. I'm gonna record that video tonight. So Leos, let me tell you about the Leo. They're funny. They are the life of the party. They're very similar to Sagittarians in that aspect. The difference is, I think Leos are very fun and fun-loving and lighthearted on the surface, but they're very traditional when you get to know them. Deep down, they have a lot of traditional ways, which is complete contrast to the Sagittarian. But if you were in a party, you wouldn't know the difference between Sagittarius and the Leo, because they're always like, they're the ones that's over there goofing off, that's dancing, that's laughing, that's smiling, they're the ones to come and make the party. They're very kind people. They give. If they love you, they give. And they definitely are very arrogant. Positive. They're very confident in themselves. And yeah, I think that definitely, like, Leos are, they're not flashy as far as their dress goes, but they're very flashy with the way that they move, how they are, their personalities. Virgo. Okay, so this is another one. Apparently, I'm supposed to be all compatible with Virgos. I have never met a Virgo that I liked. We just don't click. I don't know. I think they're very arrogant. Well, keeping it, we're going to stay light. Okay, they're very confident. Virgos they're very neat as well. Organized. I love that about a Virgo. Extremely organized. They're kind of just mild-mannered. They're really, if you see a Virgo, it kind of reminds me of a Taurus. Like, Tauruses, they always, like, they're just, even though they're not flashy, they're just well put together. They're just men. They're just, If you see a Virgo, he's definitely not bummy, but he's not going to be the flashy one in the group. He will be the fun-loving one, kind of just even mild-mannered and cool dude. He may just sit in the back and just watch, and, kind of like two-step here and there, but he's not going to be on the dance floor breaking it down like that Leo will. He's more, okay, sip and try to, Mr. Cool, until he sips too much. Then he gets crazy. Well, you know what? That's dark. Okay, let's stay light. So yes, for the light, Virgos are go-getters. Virgos get the job done. They're like the executioners. If you give them a task, it's going to be completed. I noticed a lot of them are entrepreneurs, and they kind of have their own thing going because they like multiple streams of income. They definitely like to travel and get out. So I wouldn't say a Virgo would be the one to just have his bags packed and hop on a plane, because they're not spontaneous at all. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that with them. There's no spontaneity there. So okay, so who's next? Virgo. Then we go to Libra. Libra is my most hated. I can't stand dating Libras, but they are some of my best connections. I love Libras. The problem is we can't talk problems. Okay. The great things that I love about Libras, very level-headed. They are very flirtatious, which can be a bad thing, but then it can be a great thing, because socially, they get along with everybody. Libras are just fun. They are attractive, and they, you know, they are attracted to that as well. They're very relatable. You can talk to a Libra. They definitely, they're not the rah rah rah. You know, they, it may come out here and there, but they're not. They're not the rah rah. They're people persons. They're very kind people. They are doers. Like, they give. It's kind of like the Scorpios. If they care for you, they do. They go above and beyond, which is kind of like a bad thing. But then, you know, it can work against them when people take advantage of that. But as long as everything is like on the up and up, Libras are awesome, and their energy, it just, yeah, I love me a Libra. But like I said, I can't date them. Because of all the things I'm going to talk about in my next video. So y'all let me know what you guys experience dating different signs. And if you are that sign, tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how, yeah, girl, you know, you got it. Definitely subscribe to my channel so that you can hit the notification bell. And you want to do that so that once I upload this, my other video, all the bad parts about the signs, you'll be notified when I do that. I don't know if I'm going to upload them together or separately. So like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the blue notification bell so you'll get a notification once I do upload my video. Thumbs me up and comment and let me know all of your experiences with these signs. You know, all the good stuff. All right, y'all. Have a good one.